All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fill Me In podcast. I'm Injector John.
I'm aesthetic nurse Nicole.
And this is where we dive deep into the world of aesthetics. We have a special guest today, Farah Gooch. Hello.
Hello. Thank you
How
for having
are
me.
you?
I'm so happy to be here and hang out with you guys today.
And for those of you that don't know who Farah is, she is the Aesthetic Social Club on Instagram, right?
Very popular.
That is it. Aesthetic Social Club _
I love it. Snap.
Yes. Thank you so much. I know,
Yes.
Nicole, I've seen some of my templates on your page, so
Yes,
there we go.
good. Yes. I have a new social
love
media
it.
girl, so she must
Love
use
that.
you.
Love her. God bless her.
I love that.
I love it.
You're like,
So-
wow, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, I feel like I've seen you on socials. I mean, I've been in aesthetics now for 6 years, but I've seen you
Mhm.
probably over the last 4 years, just like in the background, following or liking stuff or commenting. And I'm like, who is this person?
Love
So
that.
yeah, so like, tell us about you and like how you got started and like where you are now.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I feel
Oh my God,
honored
of
to be
course.
here with you guys. Like the fact that I'm even on a podcast, I'm like, what? Tell my husband I'm on a legit podcast. I said,
Yeah.
no, look, it's legit.
I love it.
Oh, you're so cute. I love it.
Because I don't think he
That's
understood.
great.
But oh my gosh, a little bit about me. Okay, so oh wow, where do we even begin? I'm a registered nurse, so it's
Mhm.
funny because I always laugh that I went into nursing I went and got my nursing degree to get into marketing, which is so funny. But
Yeah.
I know you guys understand that because you're both
Oh,
nurse
yes.
practitioners, right?
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I waitress most of my life, but I always
Mhm.
had a creative side. I always loved social media. That's just something that was always a part of me. You know, just I have ADHD. I'm a creative person. You know,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
dabble in. I always dabbled in a lot of things, but
Some
yeah,
of the
and
most
so
creative people are people with ADHD.
literally,
Yes.
I researched that because I was like, I need to know more
Mhm.
about this.
Yeah, right.
And
You
it
guys
made me
are
feel so
secret
much better.
weapons.
We really are. I mean, look what I've created. So here we
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I was 26, I went back to get my nursing degree because I was like, I need to do more of my life than waitress.
Okay.
So that's where it began. Okay, so I worked in med surge, which I don't know if you guys worked in med surge
Same girl.
before.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But I was miserable. Okay, I was
Yes.
miserable.
Aw.
And on the side, so I always did social media in the background. Like I helped my husband with social media. He's what you would call a fitness influencer. He would hate that
Okay.
term, but I helped him kind of blow up on Instagram. He does fitness things, and that's kind of where it stemmed to where I was like really got into it and was like, okay, I love this, and I wanted to do more of that, but I didn't have any clue of how I would do it besides just like creating content for my personal page, you know, but. Yeah, I worked as a nurse for about 2 years and I was miserable. I was so miserable.
Mhm.
I was like crying on the way there, crying on the way home. And I was
Yup.
like,
Yep.
I don't think this is for me because you don't really understand what you're getting yourself into when you work med surge. You know, if you're doing like a niche, highly recommend.
Mhm.
But bless those who are in med surge, you know. So
It
Yeah.
is a lot.
Well,
Yes.
it's the armpit. It's the armpit of the hospital. You're
it
getting
is.
everything.
And they
That's
say
what
you have to do it, but I'm like, you have
That's what
to
they
do
call
it.
New Jersey. The
The
armpit.
Oh.
armpit?
The armpit of the states.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I mean-
gosh.
We're great. Jersey's great. I love Jersey.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
You're not crying every day? Okay.
No. I
Nicole,
love
in
it
the
here.
20-degree weather?
Now, when I worked med surge, yes.
Yes, okay. So you totally get it. I know a lot of people that are listening to this podcast
Will
totally have been
understand,
there
yep.
and might be in there in that
Mhm.
position right now and being like, how can I get out of this? So
And they're doing like part-time aesthetics, like on the
Mhm.
side, and
yeah,
they're like,
they
how do
really
I
are.
get, you know?
It's actually a lot of some of my members have said that to me. They're like, I'm doing part-time aesthetics on side and this is really helping me while I'm trying to get out of the hospital. I'm like, girl,
Yep.
keep on going. You got
Yeah.
this.
You got this.
You got this. But yeah, so my husband was working in med sales at the time, and I was like, that sounds like a bit of me because ADHD. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, I'm not enjoying this right now. Let me see what else I could do, you know?
Bounce
But
around.
hilarious. So I happened to start working for Fotona Lasers. You guys know
Oh yeah,
Fotona?
Fotona. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, so they liked that I was a nurse. I didn't have a lot of sales experience, but I was like, okay, let's do this. And that is how I got into aesthetics. So that is what started me
What opened the
in
door,
aesthetics. Yep. And I worked for Fotona for probably a couple of years, 2.5 years. And while I was working at Fotona, I started an Instagram page for Fatona, like to sell the lasers and stuff. And that did pretty well because, like I said, I've always loved social media. So I always knew kind of how to do it.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of the med spas that followed me or that, I sold lasers to. They would be like, can you please help me with my social media? And I was like, I'm working 80 hours.
Yeah. When do
I'm
you want
never
me to do
home.
that?
I'm traveling, and that's med sales, right? You're never home. You're always
Yep.
traveling.
No.
Yep.
But I was like, but maybe there's something for this. Like I was like, I wonder if I could do it on the side. Like Fatona didn't have any marketing. I was just selling lasers, but I kind of was like, let me just create an Instagram, the one I have now. That was probably like 4 years ago.
Wow.
And I was like, let me just create it. That's the first
Mhm.
step. And then maybe I could manage, social media accounts at some point. And yeah, dabble in that. What ended up happening is Fatona was like, that you looks like you're kind of competing here. And I was like, you don't even sell market, like you don't do marketing.
Yeah.
But it ended up working out because they were like, they sat me down, they're like, where's your real passion lie? And I was like, well, it's not selling, to be honest, because you want me to knock on doors when they say no multiple times, and that's
Yeah.
just not
It's
my vibe.
frustrating.
You know what I mean? So it was like, okay. So I ended up leaving that job. Love Fatona, great company. Love the lasers, by the way. But I was like, okay, I need to figure out what the next step is. So I ended up going back to nursing because
Okay.
I hadn't really started this business yet, which, by the
Mhm.
way, it was called Aesthetic Agency at the time. It wasn't even called Aesthetic Social Club. And I was like, okay, let me go back to nursing. And then I was working in nursing, and I actually didn't really do much with it, to be honest. I was like, kind of had imposter syndrome. And I was like, I don't
Mhm.
even know what I know I love social media and I know how to do this, but who am I to help people with their social media? Like, I don't even know where to begin. But I think, and I went like a couple months where I was working as a nurse, and then I didn't even do anything with this Instagram that I created that I ended up leaving
Your
Fatona
job
lasers
for.
for. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? One day I had an epiphany and I was like, girl, you need to just, you're going to be stuck here, or you're going to give it a try and you're going to give it your all and you're going to see what happens. And if you don't know what the heck you're doing, that's okay. Just like keep on going.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. So yeah, I jumped in. I reached out to some of the med spas I knew, and I was like, "Hey, can I come? Can I do your content?" And I had a couple clients, and I would go to their office and I'd record all their content and I would post on all their socials, the whole shebang. And I ended up going part time as a nurse. So that was the first step, and I was continuing to work with clients. And then I just was like, okay, I see that so many med spas need help with this, but there's only so much one person can do when it comes to like coming to their office.
Mhm.
And I have a really good friend here in town who actually has the same concept, but for real estate agents.
Okay.
And she did so well with it. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like a bit of me. Let me see how I can do something like this and help
Mhm.
like way more people
Mhm.
and have something, like, more affordable.
Right.
Why do you think social media is so important now? Like when it comes to your company, your business, your practice, honestly, like
Oh.
any profession. Why do you think it's so
Mhm.
important now?
It's every business needs social media. I know that there's people out there who are like, "I just don't want like, do I have to?" And I'm like, "Yes, really, you really need to, because so many people are looking on social media for, before they book with you."
Mhm.
And if you don't have it, then you need to have a strong Google review. You need to have, because
Mhm.
but what the first thing I do when I'm trying to find a laser hair company or Botox, I like go on social media first. I look
Yep.
at their Instagram and I look and see what their results, their before and afters. I look and see who the face behind the brand is. So yeah, it's so necessary, and everyone needs to have one for their business because it's
Mhm.
just this is the time and age. And I want to say it's unfortunate if that's not what you want, but then you might want to just hire someone to do that for you then,
Right.
because it's a lot. It's a lot to manage, but you can manage it.
Yes.
Um,
It
but
is,
yeah,
but
it's a
that's
big
where,
deal.
like, having the templates and stuff come in handy, right? Because
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
even me, like, I post personal stuff all day long, but I actually recently hired a girl because I was like, I post so much personal that my page is no longer feeling professional. So I need
Mhm,
someone to,
okay.
like, you know, tie those before and afters back in, the videos back in. Like, I
Yeah.
need to make sure I'm doing that. So I brought her on to do, like, that side of it.
I love that because I don't
Mhm.
hear that often. It's usually opposite. It's
Oh,
usually
yeah.
like
I'm
someone's
like
posting way too much business and they need to like so I mean, good for you for like
in my
sharing so much
mind,
of
I'm
your
like
life.
a little influencer. It's just, like, my, like, personal
Yeah.
stuff, and then I'm like, "No,
Right.
I need this for work."
You're like, "Wait,
Yeah.
It's
let
I'm
me
doing it
retract."
backwards.
Hey everyone, it's Jonathan, also known as Injector John.
And I'm Nicole, or Aesthetic Nurse Nicole if you follow me online.
We are so excited to let you know that we've launched our Patreon.
Yes, it's on there. We'll be sharing exclusive content you won't find anywhere else, our own injecting techniques, advanced education, and even some behind the scenes business advice.
If you're an injector, aesthetic professional, or just curious about the industry, it's the perfect place to learn and grow with us.
So head over to Patreon, search for us, and make sure to subscribe to get access to all that extra content.
And don't forget, you can find me at Injector John.
And me at Aesthetic Nurse Nicole. We can't wait to see you there.
Love you guys. So how do people reach out to you, Farah? Like how do they start, like if they're interested and they're like listening in and they're like, yeah, I wanna book with this girl and get like a consult. Like what do they
Yeah.
do?
Well, aestheticsocialclub.com, and
Okay.
that is where my website is, and then of course my Instagram. Um, always can DM me, but that's I mean, yeah, I mean, once you go there, my content club, it talks all about it on my page, just all that's included and all the things. So,
What is the
um,
content club?
yeah, the content club. So Aesthetic Social Club, it's a content club for those in medical aesthetics, right?
Okay.
So basically, when you become a member of the content club, you get access to hundreds of social media templates that are already ready to
Mm.
post, but they're customizable in Canva because we know all the aesthetic injectors love Canva, right? They're spending
Mhm.
hours on
Oh yeah.
Canva. Yeah. So, yeah, but there's so much in the club. So, when you first become a member, you get access to all our previous templates. And then I release brand new templates every single month. Templates including feed posts, reels, stories, email templates, even PowerPoints, brochures, business cards, Facebook banners. It's in there.
So you
It's
must be
all in there.
looking at like what's trending, like whether it's audio, whether it's also like what's also trending in aesthetics,
Oh,
like right now.
absolutely. Yeah, it's not just the content club. I've actually recently, it was when I first started. So the club is almost in March of this year. It'll be 2 years old.
Mhm.
But when I first started, it was just templates, but now it's transitioned into where we do live monthly calls with experts in the field. So every month we do live calls.
I love
Right.
that.
Yeah, we have a trending reels report that goes out every week. And in the club, you have a trending reels section that's updated every week. Because when I was a social media manager, that was my job. I would scroll every week for trending reels
Mhm.
because
Right.
that's another thing. You need to be using trending reels. I know some people are like avoidant of trends, but like
Yeah.
it's just in reality, it's something that really works on Instagram, so
Mhm.
it needs to be done. It needs to be done, but yeah, and then there's also a photo and video stock library in the club as well, so they can pick and choose things to use, like, photos if they don't have
So you're
that, so
basically taking that out of our hands is what you're doing.
doing
Like
it.
we are seeing patients day in, day out. We're coming home, we're exhausted, but then you have these templates that we can literally go on and we can use them and just customize them to our brand or like our business.
Yes,
That's so
absolutely.
great.
Thank you, and, there's a time and place for a social media manager. I love social media managers. I was once one, and people ask me all the time, like, "Can you do this?" And I'm like, "I don't do one-on-one anymore," but
Mhm.
like, there's a time and place for that, right? So, especially if you don't even have the time to even pick out a template and go into Canva and do what you want with it. Like, if you want hands off, you want someone to come in your office, record your content, post it, for sure. Then I actually have social media managers that use my templates as well and
Mhm. Like
use them as
mine.
well. So, yeah, absolutely. But that's also why I created this club because my club is $64 a month. And when I was a manager, and most managers, they charge, I mean, I would say upwards of 3 to 5K at least. So it's just a more affordable solution for those that don't want to venture into the social media management right away, but still want to save some time.
And yeah, it makes the content doable, especially too,
Yes.
like, the biggest thing I feel like is someone telling you what's trending because it's one thing to be, like, scrolling your FYP, but, like, to know exactly what you should be filming and when you're posting it and what audio you should be
Yes.
using is a whole 'nother thing, you know?
Trends are huge.
Mhm.
I highly recommend trends. Like I love doing trends. So I'm like, you guys, you got to get on this. And it shows a
Yep.
bit of personality,
Well, I
which
always
some
say
people
like
want.
the minute I find like a non-aesthetic injector person doing a trend, I'm like, how do I make this aesthetics? Like, how do I?
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
I
and I'm
love that
looking
brain.
right, and I'm
Put your
thinking like, oh
spin
my
on
god,
it. Yeah.
did Erica Berry, did Wasim Garbia, did all these people, did Nicole Bauer already do this? And I'm like, they didn't. I'm gonna jump on it.
I
I'm
love
gonna do it
that.
now.
I'm gonna
And
do it
then
right
you
now.
start, and then you start a trend in the aesthetics with that trend. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right, exactly. So I think people too, they get like discouraged because they see a trend happening, and I'm like, no, like make it your own. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
just because
Yes.
someone maybe twisted it and it went viral over Botox, because Botox is obviously the number one
Mhm.
searched thing on Google,
Mhm.
right? When it comes to aesthetics, but you can make it something else, or you can make it about, people coming in your office and booking and swiping that card. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen people like make
Oh
trends
gosh,
about
they're so
that.
fun. They're
And
so
they're so fun to
fun.
do.
Those ones where it's like yell when
Mhm.
it hurts, and it's them putting their credit card down at the end.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yeah.
love
Those ones
that
are
one. I love
great.
that one. Oh, there's
But
this one where this guy is like going in to get a facial, but he's like, I need to book a facial
oh my
for
god, I
my
saw
woman.
that.
Yes, yes.
But then there's a note that says it's for me.
It's
So
for
that
me.
one,
It's
I was
for
like,
me.
please. I'm like sending these to my members, like, please do
Oh
these so
my
I can
god,
see these.
Do
Like,
these.
these are
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Oh
and
my
that
god.
came from the trend of like, right, the guy's asking for the coffee and he's like, just black coffee, and he's like, it's like the sugar cookie with
Oh, I
extra
didn't see that one. See?
sprinkles. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah, and
that's
then
how it
someone
Well,
saw
started.
it.
Yeah.
like
John saw it and was
right
like,
right now, I just finished Heated Rivalry on HBO. Do you know Heated
Okay.
I haven't
Rivalry?
seen it.
No.
Oh
No.
boy, it's
I haven't
so
heard of
good.
it.
It's
Okay, good to
basically
know. Another show.
it's about hockey players. They're all men, and
Okay.
it's about being gay in the hockey world and
Oh,
how
wait, no. I did want to see that.
yes, it's very much trending right now on
Okay.
TikTok and on Instagram, and I'm trying to right now like to find something that's about make
That
it
with
aesthetics.
that, yeah. Oh, I
Yes.
love that.
Have
But
you
anyway,
hashtagged it to see? Because I bet there's
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah. Look
yeah,
through
that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
The
what I
So,
should
like,
check.
hashtags.
what would you say are, like, the top, like, editing or, like, top, like, apps that people can use to, like, make posts or, like, you know what I mean? Like, what would you
No, for
suggest for
sure.
people?
Definitely. I mean, well, Canva
Canva,
obviously
number
is
one.
number one for like templates. They're harder. It's harder to make reels on Canva. I would definitely use CapCut I use CapCut for creating reels, and then also Edits is the newer
Edits.
one, the
Okay.
newer Instagram version of CapCut. But definitely CapCut. I create all my reels in CapCut. Sometimes I'll dabble in the edits. Apparently, if you use the edits, it's better for the algorithm, is what they're saying. So
Interesting.
something,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you say for people using TikTok to make their reels
Um.
and then post them to
Okay, and then
Instagram?
okay, so I would say for sure, because I think you have to save it a certain way so it's not.
Yes.
Watermarked.
The thing is like it definitely downgrade the quality too. So I have a
It
hard time with that.
does.
It's like I always recommend. I know it's easier sometimes to make it on TikTok, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll find the sound and then I'll record it on my phone. Because then it doesn't downgrade the quality. Because I've gotten so annoyed with that before. I've like created a really good TikTok, and then
Yes.
I've saved it like as best as I could save it, and I want it to be good quality. I'm like,
Yeah.
if there's a little grade, I'm irritated. No.
Yep.
So yeah, I highly recommend doing it all outside of the TikTok outside if you can. I mean, if you're just going to be posting on TikTok, then yeah, do it inside of TikTok. But if you plan on posting a boat, try and doing it on your phone, and then you're able to edit it in CapCut and put it on TikTok, put it on Instagram. And yeah, never save your TikTok video with the TikTok watermark, by the
Watermark,
way.
yeah.
That's something that I've seen some people do. Instagram frowns upon that, of course. There's a lot of frowns.
A lot of
Um,
frowns.
and that's one of them. So yeah, you can just save. There's ways you can save. You'd have to Google it because I think it's like snap.si. I don't know. There's like a special link for that. But yeah, so that's my recommendation
Okay.
for sure.
So obviously your mission is helping providers grow without spending hours on content. So what would you say are like the time wasters you see aesthetic injectors doing on social media right now?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so many. But one that we all do, and I do it, and I fall into the trap, is scrolling for hours. Like
Mhm.
scrolling for hours with no intention, and then comparing yourself to others.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
I
yes.
find myself doing that where I'm like, I have a mission. I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna search for some trending reels, and then I end up like getting
Yeah.
pulled into a trap. So I know we all struggle with that. So it's just thinking about, okay, like what am I doing? Like this is my goal. I'm going to work towards that goal, and
Yep.
let's not. And then sometimes if you're doing that, then you get discouraged too, because you're like, well, that person did that and it looks so good, and mine definitely doesn't look that good. And like, it's just,
Yeah.
And it is so funny because it does feel like sometimes too, like the video you post so quickly with like a random sound is the one that skyrockets and it goes viral.
Literally.
And
You're
you're
like, I
like,
didn't even overthink this.
yes, yep. But then like you'll like work
Yeah.
on a lot of the time too, our before and after videos unfortunately just don't do as like, it's so funny. I'll post like a Christmas video I did, or no, a new like school year video I did. It
Mhm.
got millions of views, right? And it was just me and my husband shopping in Walmart. And then like I'll post like a before and after that it took me 3 hours to make, and I'm like, "Oh, this is
Right.
amazing." It gets like 20 likes.
And
I'm
you're like,
"Come."
no wonder why I don't wanna do anything but lifestyle.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because you've taught your algorithm that that's what people,
Right,
you know what
and
I mean? That's what your followers enjoy, so it's also, like, now you're trying to, like, bring your algorithm back
yes,
and
yes.
let it know, like, "Okay, I am also part business, so let me
So
bring
Right.
talk
this
about that,
back."
because that is why I hired a social media manager, because I was getting too lifestyle and I knew that it wasn't bringing me
Mhm.
clients. It's bringing me followers, but it's not bringing me people that are going to walk through my doors. So
Yes.
talk a little bit about that, like how you should kind of, especially as a business, be putting your content out there.
Okay, there needs to be a mix. So I
Mhm.
would say, like, 70% business, 30% personal is, like, a good mix because the reality is people want the connection
Mhm.
and the realness and the authenticity. That's what we're craving nowadays, especially with AI. AI is
Mhm.
large and in charge right now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so you want it, well, especially if you're a lifestyle brand, like let's say MP Miranda, like that's what she does. She's
Mhm.
doing the lifestyle. She throws in a little bit of education, but most of the people that are listening to this are aesthetic injectors, aesthetic doctors, and they're running a business where they have to educate and try to get those
Mhm.
clients. So yeah, for sure though, another thing they're not really doing is sharing a lot of personal content. It doesn't have to be like personal on your page as much either. Um, but okay, so 70-30%, but also incorporate more personality into your posts, right?
Mhm.
So you have your mix of your educational posts, but then also with the trending reels, you can show a little bit more of your personality. And then on your stories is where you can really show more of your personality, a little bit of behind the scenes of your life. People
Mhm.
really like that stuff. I've even had to struggle with that on my account because
Mhm.
I've been like, okay, people don't care about my life. Originally, it's kind of was thinking because I like started it as a business,
Right.
but then anytime I posted something about my life, I had so much traction and like DMs and people were relating, and I was like, okay, people, they care
They do.
about
They love that
the
Mm-hmm.
face.
connection.
They want to
Yes. Yep.
know who the person is behind the brand. So I also think that's one reason why my business has done well because
Mhm.
I am the face of the brand, and
Right.
I know some other social media template clubs that have popped up over the last couple
Mhm.
years, and they don't have a face to it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing
Still
something
doing
right
it,
over here.
exactly,
You
yep, and I
are.
think too, then it still feels like you're shopping small in a way, you know? You still feel that, like,
Yeah.
connection of, like, mom and pop and not so corporate and
Well, and I think to your point,
Mm.
yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That made me
Yes.
think of corporate templates. Okay, yep.
Yes. But I think too, like as business owners, I think we want people to come to our office not just for us, but also for the brand. So
Mhm,
I think like hugely for like me and Nicole, especially now, I think we're both trying to brand our practice. So that
mhm,
way people are coming to the practice, right? And not just
Mhm.
for us
I
because
love
mhm,
that.
and we love obviously it's great being that face for it, but after a while people are just dying to see you, see you, see you,
right,
and they're constantly going to compare you to another injector in that practice that isn't you because
mhm,
they're not
Mhm.
the face. So I think that's huge is nowadays, especially if you're a practice owner, to really try to brand your practice as well so that way you can grow because I feel like you're not
Oh, yeah.
honestly going to organically grow if you're not
mhm,
branding your practice.
mhm,
Yeah, and actually, that made me think about, like, when you're using that in your Instagram, right? Say you have, like, a selfie wall,
Sure.
and you're using that on your Instagram, like, people might feel like, I wanna be a part of that selfie wall," or
right.
if you have, like, a specific area in your, office that you use often on your Instagram, people are gonna correlate that with, like, "Oh," like, and
That's
then
talk
maybe
some pow or
you
that's
know what I
exhibit
mean?
or
Yes, exactly. And then just having your Instagram just, like, work well around your brand. Like, that
Mhm.
brings me to, like, having okay, that's probably another whole topic, just branding yourself on Instagram when it comes to your brand and having your colors, your brands
Yeah.
matching
Oh,
and
yes. Okay, yeah, talk about that, like, flow
Okay.
of things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when I'm looking at someone's account, I'm thinking, okay, first of all, what represents them, right? What represents their brand. And it's so important. And I even tell my members, if you don't have brand colors, like some people don't, it's something that usually comes with like your logo design and stuff, but some people are creating their logo themselves in Canva, and they haven't really thought that far into like brand colors, which can be a big deal for just like matching with your clinic and stuff. I'm like, you can always create your own, based off what your clinic looks like. But yeah, I always recommend, okay, I say this a lot to my members, and I've said this many times, but I feel like your Instagram is much like dating. When someone comes to it, they're either gonna have it like gonna either have chemistry right away or they're not. So they're either gonna like be like, no, I'm out of here, or they're gonna be like, okay, I'm sticking around. So like, yeah, you just really want to have a professional photo, right, of yourself or your logo. You want your bio to really speak to that person when they come to your page, whether that's showing your services, you have a specialty, or you do a specialty, whether that's like acne protocols or something like that. And then how are you going to help that client, right? That all needs to be in your bio so that they know exactly what they're coming to, and they're like what they're going to get. And then also just like really having your feed flow together with your brand, matching your spa, your clinic, and showing a bit of your personality too. But I mean, I know that's a lot. It sounds like a lot, but
No, it doesn't. I think
but
that's
I'm
huge.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because people get overwhelmed and they're like, oh gosh, I have to do all that. But I'm even doing, I think it's tomorrow, I'm doing a social media reset with my members. And, I'm going to walk them through like how to reset their socials. And it really doesn't have to be that complicated. Like for me, you can follow a grid plan. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but on Pinterest, you can do grid plan, Instagram grid plan, and it's color coded like boxes on how you can post on your socials. Like that's something super easy to follow. And then also a brand photo shoot. This is something
It's
that
huge.
so huge. I recommend
Yes.
this so very much because like we were talking about, being unique and having your own personality and showcasing your brand. Well, brand photo shoots is really gonna help with that, and then you can use it on your website, you can use it on your
Right.
socials, and it really makes it unique to you. And a lot of my members that make the templates unique to them, they're incorporating their brand photos into the templates, and they're changing the colors to match their brand. So, yeah, I highly recommend the brand photo shoots. That's something that it's not necessarily, but as a business owner, I think it's super beneficial.
I
No,
think
yeah,
it's huge.
and then when you go to use a photo, you have a picture. You're not like, oh, I don't have a photo of any of us.
And
Or
you're
And
not
it's
trying
good
to
quality.
yeah.
Yep, and it's good
Yes.
quality. Exactly. Yep, it's
It
not
makes
I
a
you
do
it makes
selfie
you look
from
expensive.
the
Oh
iPhone.
yeah. I do quarterly brand shoots for my club and for myself. So it's always nice to be like having so many photos like choose from. And obviously you
And
don't have
it's
to do
worth
it
the
quarterly,
money.
but yeah,
I think
it's a business
it
investment.
comes back.
Goes
It
towards your
comes back to you.
taxes. So
And it
Right.
does look professional. Yep, it
mhm.
makes you stand out for sure.
Absolutely. And you
What
don't
do
have
you,
to do it quarterly. You can do it yearly too. So
Right. Yep.
what's your opinion on people reintroducing themselves on Instagram?
no, I mean, like, are you saying because maybe
That's
they
me.
haven't posted for a while?
No,
Or because there's a
I
lot
think
of new
there's some
followers?
people sure. Oh, I have a lot of new followers, I just want to reintroduce myself. I'm John
Are you
LeSuer. I'm a
calling me
board
out?
certified. No, I'm just asking because I've never done it and I see other people doing
I
it.
make a new one of those like every year,
I
and then
like
I pin
it.
it.
I like it.
Great.
I think
That's
it's
good.
good. I think it's good the pins. I think it's good
Yes.
to refresh that stuff. You get a lot of new
Yes.
followers that haven't seen barely like 80% of your content. This is why
Right.
repurposing your content is huge as well. There's so many people that just even your followers that you've had, they might not have ever seen it. So yeah, I think it's great to what you call
Like
Reintroduce
reintroduce
yourself.
yourself. Like
reintroduce.
basically, yeah, it's like a
Yeah, it's like
picture and then they do like a nice caption just kind of saying what they
yeah,
do and
for
yeah, all
sure.
of
And
that.
then
Do
pin
you
that. Maybe do that every once in a while.
do you
Where
have
like
any pinned posts, John?
What's that?
Do you have any pinned posts?
Do you love how I go like this, but it's like
Yeah.
you're here? Like what is going on with me?
What?
I can't.
that's so funny.
No, I have pin
You
posts.
do? Oh, okay.
I have like actually from our last brand shoot, like I have
Yeah.
like a good
Because I do feel
headshot.
like they are good, right? Like you're saying, when someone comes to your page, they should be able to
Yes.
kind of see who you are, what you do,
Mhm.
and how you're
Yep.
going to help them. And
I
I
have
feel
like a
like
good
if you
before
don't,
and after, and then I
Yes.
have my like
oh,
good
that's a good
headshot,
idea. Yeah.
and then I just make sure my bio. Like I just recently, like I think I was like I like trademark it like facial balancer. I can't remember. But then I
Yeah.
changed it to, I was like, you know what? Let me show a little bit more of my personality. So I changed it to like confidence curator. And then
Love that.
Love a
like
slogan.
something cute, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then
Yeah.
kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The bios are fun. You can really get creative with
Yeah.
they're
them. Like,
fun.
literally.
Yeah.
I sometimes I change it up, but when you find one, you stick with it for a while. You're like, this is working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine says like join the aesthetic cool kids or so. I don't know,
Oh,
something
yeah, I
fun
love
right now.
I
that.
love
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah,
But
so
pins, you were saying pins and
Yeah.
highlights as well. Like
Okay,
I don't know
yes.
if I said this, but your Instagram is
Mhm.
almost it's like an additional website for your
Mhm.
business. And pins, I tell my members this all the time. I'm like, pins are important. You can do like start here, especially if an event coming up, definitely pin that. Things that because when someone first comes to their page, they're probably not going to scroll too much. They're probably going to
Right.
click one of the ones at the top. So,
Right.
and then the highlights are huge too. And
Mhm.
they're saying they're getting rid of those maybe and adding them
I
as a
hope not.
yeah. And I'm like, please don't. They say they're going
Yeah.
to add them as like a Reels tab, like when you scroll over to
Oh,
Reels.
okay.
And so,
Interesting.
yeah, but I love the highlights. I feel like the
Yeah.
highlights are like links on your website. It's like different
Mhm.
pages on your website.
Yeah.
So huge. Like if someone comes to your page, they're probably going to start at the highlights. That's what I do. I'm like looking
Right.
for a service. I want to click on a highlight. I'm clicking the about highlight. I'm clicking the
Mhm.
services highlight. So
And
use
that's
those
what I
highlights.
have because of how much personal stuff I post. I was like, there's gotta be I gotta put my before and after
Yeah.
somewhere where people can find them. So I
Yes.
have all different before and after highlights so, like, they don't have to scroll through my
The
page.
other thing that I've heard is doing really well. I know like just posting a before and after picture lately, it's just not hitting the algorithm
Yeah.
well, but
Mhm.
making a carousel and making it like right, and then
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
adding
tell
it with some
do
text.
Carousels are
you
huge.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ta-
Carousels are
talk
huge right
about
now.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carousels are huge because it's actually giving Instagram an opportunity to show more than just the first page. So
Mhm.
I highly recommend. So if you could do that, what would be cool with the before and afters, you could share before and after, and the next slide could be the review that the client left, or in the next slide. I mean,
Oh,
you
good
could like
idea.
do
Yeah.
something fun. It doesn't all have to be before and after. Before and, you know, what I mean, you could change it up
Mhm.
a little bit. But yeah, because what the algorithm does is it'll show different slides at different times. And
Okay.
And
when
I have
people are
noticed that
searching, yeah,
'cause I'll
yeah,
scroll and it'll be, like, the 3rd page of someone's carousel, and I'm like,
yes,
The
and you're
other
"Oh."
like,
thing the other thing I
uh-huh.
was
Yeah.
thinking of doing is doing like a before and after of like a facial balancing, and then the next like when they swipe, it's a video of you explaining like what
What you
you did
did.
I
or
love
whatever.
that.
That would be
Mhm.
I
kind of cute.
love that.
Mhm.
Yes. You could get super creative with it. And then another one
Yeah.
could be like, I don't know, like a picture of them with like lines showing like what you
What you
did
did.
Right.
or
Yeah,
where you
yep.
did it,
Right.
how many milliliters
You guys are
you
gonna be
put
seeing
in.
some posts in the next few days. I got some ideas
Yes,
going.
so we know we wanna do the carousel post for sure, and, like, actually, all my templates in my club are carousel posts.
Yeah.
I don't really have many,
Do
there's just one
single
post. I
anymore.
have some
Yeah.
singles, but, like, the carousels is just where it's at right now,
Yeah.
so
And I think people do like
definitely
to
those.
swipe through.
And
Yeah.
can
They
you
like
explain to
options.
our viewers what a carousel is? Because I think some people don't know what that is.
And maybe
No.
the difference between
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
posts.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's posts on your Instagram, right? So we have
Mhm.
a video or a non-video, but actually a carousel can be a video. But yeah, the carousel post is like a bunch of slides, right?
Mhm.
So you're posting multiple different slides and it becomes just like a swipe. Instead of just one single post that could be like one photo, it's a swipe, and then you have the reels too, which are the videos. But no,
Yeah.
that's good because I mean, there's people out there they don't
They don't
know how
know.
Mhm.
to create a reel, and I even had to. I'm like, okay, I need to create. That's a content idea for me. I
Mhm.
forget about that sometimes. I'm like, okay, I need to even just show people how to do that because it's just simple things that are like, well, I think is simple, right? It's
Right.
not simple to a lot of people because
Yep.
And
it's
I think
it's a
like
lot.
and how you do it is there's an option to choose multiple photos when you make your post. It's like that
Mhm.
little icon, right?
Yes,
And
you have to
then
click that
that's yes.
double square or
Yeah.
something, and then you
And
have
then you
to
can click.
click all the posts that you want to use.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
Up to
I know there's
20.
some up to right?
Oh, I take advantage of that. I will
Yeah, me
be
too.
people are loving the storytelling right now.
Yes,
They
They
yes.
want both.
are.
Yeah.
They're reading. They're like
Yep.
that's why you wanna tell a story on each slide, you
Mhm.
know? Keep
What
them
do you think of the
engaged.
floating head videos, Nicole?
Me.
Yeah. So like basically like there's a green screen. You have a before and after picture behind you,
Oh, right,
and
right,
then
right.
you're kind of
You're
pointing
just
how did
I
we
love
floating.
get
oh, yeah.
do you think that those do well explaining like, oh, how did we get from this to this?
Yeah, a lot of A reel, probably. It's probably a reel.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
you can do a carousel, but a lot of the reels that I've seen that have done really well are those. It's like the talking ones, and then it
Mhm.
has like something in the background that you're explaining, whether it's like a trend that went wrong or like
Right.
your
Mhm.
before and after. Yeah, I actually did a lot of those with my clients when I worked in the office with them. So
Yeah.
that's actually
And what do they
something
call
I
it?
should.
Like, you should use in the beginning, like a hook,
Oh yeah,
like a
yeah,
couple of
because
words, right, that
you
bring
know
people in.
people have a short attention span.
Mhm.
Well, that's just how it is now on Instagram. Like we're scrolling. Remember we talked about this. So we need something to catch our attention, and you gotta figure out those strong hooks.
Right.
If you need help, use some AI because I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
a lot to think about. But yeah, just trying to say something that really catches their attention right away.
Yeah.
So
Right away.
Do you
that's
feel like is there any specific between like carousel, static post, reel, stories? Do they all play a role? Does one get you more views than the other, do
oh,
you
that's a good
feel?
question. So it really it depends on stories is separate, so we'll go with that one
Mhm.
last. But with the rails and the carousels, it might depend on the account, because some
Mhm.
accounts do really well with rails and some do really well with carousel posts. Like I noticed on my account, my carousel posts do really well. So I kind of
Mhm.
started straying a little bit away from the rails as much just because I noticed they're doing so well. Um, Maybe it's just 'cause they're so educating and, like,
Mhm.
I know people are really loving those, but
Mhm.
I think they like, carousels definitely I would do, like, a mix, like, I would
Mhm.
do probably, like there's no rule about it, but you could do, like, 1 reel a week and, like, 2 other carousel posts. When we're
Mhm.
talking about posting, by the way, talking about how often you should be posting while I'm on this subject, I recommend at least 3 times a week, because I know
Mhm.
I don't recommend doing every day, okay? Let's I think that's just overkill. So when I say every day, I'm like, who's posting every day?
She gives me
Multiple
anxiety.
multiple
She
times a day.
No!
Farah, Farah, she gives me anxiety because I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to be doing more," and like,
Oh my
No!
god.
oh my god. This person
Okay.
right here that you're talking to,
Listen,
her
okay.
brain, I do not know how she functions. She's a mother, she's a business owner, she's an
Yes.
injector, she
Oh
posts
my
twice.
god.
No wonder why she
Literally,
hired someone,
no,
because she's like, "I can't."
but why does she? Because she
Okay,
does it all. Like, I'm like,
You're
"Holy
right.
shit." I'm like,
okay, so tell me why you're posting so much. I'm just curious. Like,
I
I
she's
think
need
like
to know.
well, to be honest, I thought that it was good. I don't know that it is, but, I'm also just, like, I'm so quick at it now. Like, I
Yeah.
made scrambled eggs
I'm
yesterday morning, and I
so
made a
oh,
video.
He's so out of here.
that was my wig, is
No.
my microphone.
I'm crying.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Oh,
okay,
also,
because
I'm very,
I'm
I
so good at it.
I can't if I make a good video, I seriously can't let it sit and, like, when I know it's gonna do well till, like, at 6 p.m. post it. Like,
yeah.
I
Well, I
post
mean,
it.
if you're creating that much content and it's like you have it just burning in your back
It's
pocket,
impatience. I'm impatient.
good for you, girl.
Nicole is like a dog with a bone.
Yeah. I can't wait.
It sounds like my husband. So he does fitness things, and he was at one point posting every single day, and I think at one point like it was really good. But here's my thought on it. So
Mhm.
I feel like when you have a brand new account and you're really trying to get traction and you're really trying to get out there, I think posting every single day is really great because then you're like building it. The algorithms, you're getting the algorithm used to what you're posting. But the only reason why I don't really recommend it, especially if you have like an account that you've had for a long time, is like
Mhm.
one burnout. That's definitely going to cause
Mhm.
burnout in yourself. And I feel like it doesn't really give the algorithm time to post, to share your previous content, if you think about
Mm.
that. So then you're posting and then like all your other content that you posted is
It's
not
getting
getting
lost.
time to be
Mhm.
seen. I think a good balance is like I 4 to 5 a week, 4 to 5 a
Mhm.
week. 4 is like if you can do 4, because like there's people that can barely, like if
Yeah,
you can do
yeah.
2 a week, I'm proud of you for doing 2 a week, but do it 2 a week.
Yeah.
Don't skip
Yeah.
3 weeks and
Right,
then
right.
What do you
po-
think are the
Stay
most
consistent.
what would you say are the most popular days to post that get the most views?
Okay, so that's dependent. It depends on the account and it depends
Mhm.
on your
Oh.
clientele, your niche, right? So for me, I noticed, excuse me, water. I noticed that Fridays didn't do well for me. So that's where analytics come in. Okay. You definitely want to check your analytics. You're going to go into the dashboard, you're going to click followers, you're going to scroll to the bottom, and it's going to show you the times that people are on the most. Mine's from 12 to 3, believe it or not. 12 to 3. And so I noticed on Fridays I didn't get very good traction. So I stopped posting on Fridays. So it, like I said, it depends. What you want to do is kind of post and mess with it and see how they do. And then you also want to think about your ideal clientele, right? So mine is a 36-year-old woman that owns, probably a mom, owns her business. She's not getting home till 6 p.m. So I was actually posting, or 7 p.m., you know what I mean? So I actually started posting at like night, and that was doing really well for me as well. But my Instagram's telling me 12 to 3. But I noticed 12 does really well. But I think that at night works best because that's when
More people are on.
that's when my
Yeah.
clientele's at home,
Yep.
after they put their kids to bed or after they made dinner and they're in their bed, So you really need to think who is my ideal clientele? What's their age? Who are they? Where are they at? What are they doing? And
Right.
when are they going to see my content? If they're in their
Yes.
20s and they have a full-time job, they might see it around noon or they might see it in the evening. So it's just, it's kind of trying things out and seeing what
Yes.
works for you, and then also looking at your analytics.
So I think for me, I've noticed that Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays do the worst. And I
Okay,
feel
yep.
like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and then a Sunday post, like while people are like just like Sunday
Mhm.
scaries,
yeah,
like on their
yeah.
phones is good.
Yeah.
And I find like maybe the Sunday one to do something a little bit more like a quote post or like a
More fun.
like a little bit more fun. And then
You're so
obviously,
right. Sunday
Look
is my
at
quote
that.
day.
you know,
Yes, because like
I
people are
look for
Sunday scaries,
quotes.
like you said.
Yeah.
People
Yep.
are not trying to think
Something to
about
motivate you for the week. Yep.
Yes.
something a little bit more motivating and more
Mhm.
chill. And like I feel like on my more meh posts that I'm posting, whether it's just like if it's a before and after or if it's a like a funny reel or whatever that I feel like that will gain traction, I'll obviously not hide the likes. But if it's like something where I feel like it might not do well, I hide the likes with it. So
Oh,
that
the likes.
mm-hmm.
Mm, that that be getting in our heads, you know what I mean? People be
It does.
messed up with that.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Like, do whatever makes you feel good. I like on my personal page, I actually have all the likes hidden
Hidden.
because I was just like, I don't even want to think about it. I just want to post because I enjoy posting.
Right,
I don't want to care about anything else, And then on my business one, I'm like, you know what? If a post doesn't do well, then that's fine because I also kind of want people to see that that's normal. Like
Yes, that's what I just said to John. I'm like, I don't hide my
yeah.
likes. Yeah, yep. Like
I'm
this
like,
one.
everyone is going through this. Like, you could
Right.
have every single post is doing so well, and then one just doesn't. And this is just how Instagram is right now. I remember a
Yep.
time where my husband was posting every single day, and every single post was doing so good. It was like there was a time where he could do nothing wrong. Like, but yeah, now we're in the time where Instagram's just a jerkhead. and
Right,
it's
yeah,
like,
and you don't know, like this post, right? 586 likes.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
You
And
and your kid,
then
personal
yeah,
one.
yep. And then this one where I'm thanking all my patients, 31.
What? Makes no
So,
sense sometimes.
but I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hide them because I'm like,
No,
whatever.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Just do whatever makes you feel
But it
the
is. It's
best
definitely an ego hit. You're like, oh, okay.
because it really can mess with you. Like
Yeah.
social media
Social media and
can
comments and
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
But
the
you
comments,
mentioned earlier,
yes.
like, don't get stuck in the death scroll and like comparing yourself because that's something that I find myself not following a lot of people because I do tend to compare myself and then
Right.
it's not a good cycle.
Yes.
So when you mentioned that earlier, it's like that's something that definitely the doom scroll can
And take
get to your
advantage of
head.
muting people. You can like obviously if you want to follow someone but you don't want them to know that you really don't want to follow them, be like mute. Just mute. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just like honestly, it's your platform and you're the one seeing it every day. You get to make the decisions on what you're putting in your brain and what you're seeing. So
Right.
that's my thought on that.
I love that. I love that.
I love
the mute
it.
button. Hit the mute button.
Oh my God.
Exactly. It's just there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like AI? Like I get like that ChatGPT can be really good for making you like maybe a plan or what you could be posting or giving you ideas and thoughts.
Yes.
I know that it's gotten
Oh.
as good as making graphics now. Like what are your thoughts on
Mhm.
like the usage of it and how much you should use it?
Oh, AI. Oh, this could be a topic, a whole topic. AI is so good. Like, it's such an incredible tool. It can really, really help you save time. Sometimes I'm like, what did I even do before AI? AI or chat is my
Yep.
therapist, right? I think I saw a quote
Right.
that said chat is my therapist. And I'm like, I'm talking to him about my husband, like, hey, he told me this, so we need to listen to him. That's what I say about chat.
We're going
It's
on
ridiculous.
vacation, John, and I'm like, is it terrible that I'm leaving my kid for 7 days to go on vacation?
And what did it
Literally.
say?
And he was like, no.
But then my husband's like, it tells you what you want to hear. I'm like,
Like,
whatever.
does it?
Yeah,
And
but
I choose to believe it.
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
It's so funny. But no, it's so good because you can use it really to brainstorm content ideas,
Right.
organize your thoughts, help with captions, of course.
Yeah.
For those days where you're like, I really don't know what to post, but I really want to speak to my ideal client. Things like that. Like, there's so many ways, you can use it. There's so many ways, obviously.
Yeah.
It's emails, business. Like,
Right.
I
Right.
have so many saved tabs I use for different things.
Mhm.
But yeah, the human part is a non-negotiable. That's something
Mhm.
that is never going to replace. Like, AI doesn't have your voice, your experience, your
Mhm.
opinions. So it's not going to build the trust that you can. So I think it's a tool. It needs to be a tool. And I think that's where it's gonna stop. People, especially in 2026, people are gonna be really sick of it in
Mhm.
certain aspects. Like, for example, those accounts that are all AI, and you can tell it's like an AI model. I don't know if you guys have
Mhm.
been seeing them.
Yes.
They're like they've blown up. They like have it's insane. It's like this person has 500,000 followers, and it's an AI model.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen
John's
that's
like,
what you
them.
get.
I've seen it.
It's
Yeah,
all over like my Discover. When I go
I
on there, it's
know.
like all these, and I'm like, who are you? And like
Yeah.
this,
It's wild,
and like the
but
account name is like weird, like it's something weird,
mhm.
and you have like 300,000 followers, and it's sort of like 4 posts. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
goodbye.
Yep, yep,
Yep.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. But yeah, so I would never use AI to create templates. I don't think that
Yeah.
it's just not the same as a human touch, and I don't
Mhm.
know if it ever will be, and I pray it will never be. But
Mhm.
yeah, I am incorporating AI a little bit into my business by like having a chatbot help my members like find specific templates because like I have a lot of
Mhm.
templates in my club. Maybe they're searching for something specific, or maybe just help to because I give them captions in the club. Maybe they can use that caption and put it in my little chat bot and just see what else I
Mhm.
can come up with. Just little things like that. But again, AI is it's just a tool and it never needs to
Yeah.
replace
Right.
like people
Yeah.
want connection so bad. Like I think they're getting so sick of seeing AI everywhere that
Mhm.
the authenticity is what's really gonna win in
Yeah.
2026. Is just being your authentic self, showing up as who you are, being real, and just showing people that that you mess up and that, like, you have ADHD,
Mhm.
in your business, like, stuff like that. That's
Right.
what people want.
We can all do it.
What do you say to people that have a hard time showing their personality on social
Mm.
media? Because I think
Mhm.
as a boss, as a practice owner, I think like I would love to have my employees be a little bit more on social media, and some that I thought would be so huge on it are now second guessing themselves, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
John, it's so easy for you, blah blah blah. You're so extroverted." I'm like, "Well, it wasn't easy in the beginning,
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
think just starting small, like, you don't have to set up your camera and have a little mic and start recording,
Right.
like, show up with some selfies, show up on your story, just having a conversation and speak like you're talking to a friend. Just, like, be like, "I'm
Uh-huh.
talking to my friend that's on the other side," and just do little things here and there, and also kinda jump in at the same time, like you said, like, you started and you probably were like, "I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I don't
Uh-uh.
even know if I'm good at this." I mean, I think we all have that imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
I still have it, and we all have it, especially at the beginning. But just knowing that like everyone feels that way for the most part, where they're just kind of like afraid to show up as themselves, and but just know that like that's really what people are wanting. But yeah, just start small. Just start with little things, whether that's just like a post of maybe you with your client, maybe having a conversation, and just little things that like show yourself, show who you are, and like throw a trend in there. Just try a little.
Yes.
Yeah,
Try
the
a little
trends.
trend. You don't have to talk. You know what I mean? You can just do a little something that's fun and then see how that goes. And if that does well, then you're like, oh, okay.
Right, I could do that
I
again.
can do this.
And I feel like the trends are such a good way of doing it because you don't have to. I think a lot of people are worried about that digital footprint and like, oh, it's left there. And like, what if I said the wrong word or I look stupid? And like a trend is a trend and everyone's doing it. And you might not
Right.
feel as like personally attached to it. Maybe it's a little easier to start with those.
Yeah, and it's like you don't have to do every trend as well. It's like find something that you resonate with and use it that change it to match your brand and match your clientele and like speak to your specific audience, you know.
Right.
You don't have to do the same exact thing that someone's done. Like you need to change it up and try to make it your own, you know? For sure.
I laugh.
great.
I think back to when we first started, like, I don't know, when I first met Melissa like 8 years ago. And back then, Instagram was a thing, but it wasn't popular. And they hired a social media manager at where we worked. And they were like, all right, we need to film you, Melissa. And she like threw a fit. She's like, you're not filming me. Like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, and now you'll catch her in her car just talking to her back of her phone screen, you know, like it's so funny. Like, so everyone starts somewhere and not everyone wants to do it. And eventually we all get there.
That makes me think of my past client. She, beautiful woman, I think in her late 50s. And she was like, I would come to her and be like, look at all these trends. Like, let's do this one. I have this great idea. You can speak. She was like mortified. She didn't want to do this, but she was like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to try this. And I was like, don't worry. Like, I can edit it. Like, if you mess up, that's totally fine. Like, we can always do it again. Like, it's okay. Like, and then she ended up doing it and she was like, this isn't bad. And she would get so much traction. People were loving it.
Yeah. See?
And, so Naria Aesthetics, love her. Naria Aesthetics. my first client.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Farah, do you have like any questions for us? I guess we'll put it on you if you have any questions for us at all. If not, it's totally fine. But
absolutely. So bye. I'm just kidding.
She's like, no.
No, but like, tell me about the podcast. I wanted to know, how did this come about? Like, I mean, I've been listening to it. I love the podcast with Injector Bunny. I mean, you guys are the
oh, thank you.
I'm like, I just like you guys like, how do you guys know each other? Like, what's the,
I know, right? Our history. John, you want to take it away? Go for it.
So we're both Allergan trainers. And when Skin Vive, which is a skin booster launched, it was, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
2 or 3 now,
we met at the Train the Trainer and we just clicked. Me and Nicole did, and we just formed a huge group of friends. And literally 3 months later, we just found ourselves talking to each other like every other day. And then she texted me and she's like, we should start a podcast. I feel like podcasts are so huge right now, and like there's nothing really in the aesthetic space that like, you know, that has one. And I'm like, oh my God, do I have time for this?
Not a lot, for sure.
Right. But like in my head, I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I have enough time for this. Like I'm growing my business. And then I'm like, screw it. I was like, nope, this is like our yes era. Like we got to say yes to these things. So we started doing it. Yeah, we started doing it. And it just kind of excelled from there. And we just found that it was such a good way of like promoting community over competition and just collaborating with people and learning about where people come from. And like everybody does their practice differently. Everybody injects differently. And it's just really refreshing. And I think it's just been really nice.
I love that. And you guys have the chemistry. You guys were like,
thank you.
Look what you've created. I love it so much. You guys have done so well.
And I feel like we bounce off each other pretty well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you guys live near each other? Like
kind of
3.5 hours apart. Yeah.
A lot of people think we work together, but we don't.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Maybe soon.
No. Oh my God.
Something in the works?
Yeah, right.
Well, there's something in the works, but it's not. We're not joining. No. Yes, and you'll end up seeing it. I'm sure on social media.
This is going to be a really good year.
Yeah,
do you guys
it'll
have
be
anything like exciting that you're excited about maybe that?
Well, and we're going to a conference in Monaco together.
Yep.
With Olivia.
I was going to ask what conferences you were going to.
We're doing AMWC Monaco, so it's in Monaco, and then we're both doing AMWC Monaco. So it's God. There's over like 10,000 people that go.
Oh I've heard of that. Where is it? When is it? Sorry.
Oh, it's March 26th to the 28th.
Coming up. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're doing American MedSpa, so the AMSPA Association. Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to be there.
Are
You
you?
are?
Oh my God, we
I
have to
my
meet
own
up.
booth. I have my own booth.
Oh, we will be there.
Stop
And I
it.
am so excited because, like, who am I? Like,
No,
Who
that's
are
so
you?
amazing.
You're that bitch.
Yes.
but what's funny is that the last time I was there, I was at a Fatona booth, and I remember
Oh.
Oh my
thinking, I want to be
gosh.
here one day. I'm going to be that
Yes,
girl that's
and
wearing
look at
that
you
business suit
now.
with
I love
Converse.
that. Oh,
That's
that's so great.
amazing.
So I can't wait to meet you guys.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Oh my
finally
God.
in person.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm
Yes.
going to be right next to Moxie, by the way. I'm going to be right
Oh,
next
so
to
you'll definitely
Oh,
see
you
her.
are? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a podcast booth for them.
Oh my
During it,
gosh.
like a mosh pit or whatever. Oh wait, that's
Oh,
so
cool.
exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Okay, I love
yay.
that.
Everyone should come to AMSPA.
Yes,
know.
AMSPA. Yes. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good year.
July? Is it? Oh my gosh, April.
April.
should
Yes,
know.
April.
Yes.
Yep.
April.
Yep.
Okay, so Monaco and then AMSPA, and what else?
Modern Beauty Con.
Yeah, we're gonna do Modern Beauty Con, which is in Boston.
Boston. Yep.
And
That'll be
then
in May.
Aesthetic Extender, which is amazing. That's in Boca
I've heard good
Raton.
thing- Yeah, I've heard good things about that one. I mean,
And
I've
then
been
I
to some of these with Fatona, so
Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna do Ice Band this year.
what's
Yeah.
that one?
It's for
Ice Band.
nurses, I believe,
Mhm.
right,
Oh.
Nicole?
Yeah,
I
it's the
think
plastic surgery
it's out in
like
LA.
association. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think
that's
that's where you
going
can
on.
get like the cans and everything. We should look into that, John.
Yeah.
Certified
can
aesthetic
surgery,
nurse
yep.
specialist.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay,
If you're going, we
awesome.
might as well make it a thing and get cans out of it. He's like, great, another thing I have to do.
No, that's okay. No, it's great.
I considered dabbling in a type of event because I had someone be like, "Is there an event for like social media, like in the
Yeah.
public space?" And I was like, "Not really. I mean, there's like you guys learn, and there's some little things, but
Right here and
some
there.
thoughts. You never know what. will
Yeah.
come
You know
out
what
in
you should do?
2026.
I feel like you should connect with Erica and Libby.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Libby, I've been chatting with her on Instagram. Are they going to AMSPA? Because I would love to meet them as well.
They are.
Libby, yeah,
They
they'll
are.
be there. Yep.
Yep, they're
yeah,
going. Yep.
yeah, they are awesome. So I've been following them for a while. So yeah, I'd love to chat with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
cool. Yeah, I love it.
See a little
Oh my
team
God,
up.
this was so much fun.
So much
I
fun.
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
You guys made
thank
this so easy to
Oh,
chat.
they
and it's
definitely like
it's like chatting
yeah.
with besties. And
Yes,
that's, like,
exactly.
So great.
That's how it should be.
All sharing the
So-
knowledge.
So really quick, one more time. So for all of our listeners,
Mhm.
where can they find you?
Thank you. AestheticSocialClub.com
Mhm.
and then Aesthetic Social Club _ on Instagram. I actually am rebranding soon this year. So that's something new and
Ooh.
exciting because that's actually another thing you don't really know when you start your business that you need a trademark. So that's something
Yes.
to talk about. You need to
Mhm.
trademark your name. So I just jumped in head first, right? But
Yep.
I
We
know
all
that's
did.
something-
Yeah.
So now I'm rebranding, so that's super exciting. But right now it's AestheticSocialClub.com, and yeah, you can find me the same on Instagram.
Ooh, so
And I
exciting
love to
things coming
connect and answer any
2026.
questions. Yeah,
That's amazing.
this is a fun year. Like,
Yes. I love
I'm
it.
so excited. Yeah.
So, and to all you guys listening, Farah actually has something really exciting that she wants to share with you guys. So, what is it?
Yes. Well, yeah. Thank you for listening. And because you're listening, you can definitely check out my club and use code FILLMEIN for $20 off your first month. And
Oh,
just check
love
it
that.
out and
I
see how you
love
like
that.
it. And I can't wait to see you in there, honestly. We have over 20. We have over 2,000 members in the club, and we have
That's
a community
incredible.
as well where we all communicate and chat. So
And
yeah,
how
I
many
can't wait.
followers do you have on Instagram? now?
55,000 or something.
Wow.
Something
I mean,
like
that's
that.
am-
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you so
Incredible.
much. Thank you so much.
Anybody listening in and you're just needing help with marketing, like you are just so overwhelmed, your business is growing, or like if you're brand new to the aesthetic space and you're just your weakness is not marketing, really reach out to Farah. She's incredible. She's gained such a huge following, and code fill me in,
Code fill me
$20
in.
off. Amazing. I love it.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Fill Me In podcast with Farah, the Aesthetic Social Club. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys are so much
Yes.
fun.
Oh, so are you. And I can't wait to meet you at AMSPA.
Literally, I'm so excited. I'm
love it.
going to go buy my hotel now. I'm not.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
lock this in for sure. For sure.
Don't
I
worry,
need to
Nicole
do that.
already did it.
It's on my to-do list.
4 months ago.
See? Okay, I'm doing it today. I'm
She
behind.
kills me. She's always like 8 steps ahead of me, and I'm like,
Is she the type A? Are you type B and she's type A? Is that
Oh my- You know what's so funny? In this kind of stuff, I'm type A, but like if you were
Yeah.
to come to my house, I am so type B.
so my house type
Little
A,
mix.
my work type A, but when it comes to travel, very type B.
okay, very like just day by day. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. You guys are so awesome. It's been so fun talking to you guys, and
Oh,
I can't
thank
wait to meet you
you.
in person. Thank you
I
so
love
much
it.
for having me.
All right, guys, till next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.